on October 7th, FIFA made a ruling on an alleged racial discrimination case. The parties involved were Wolverhampton Wanderers forward Huang Hichan and Como's defender Marco Couto at the time of the incident. The case caused quite a stir, and in the end, Couto was found guilty of racially discriminating against Huang. He gets banned for 10 matches, with 5 matches suspended for 2 years. Couto must also perform community service and attend an educational program approved by FIFA. The incident occurred in July during the off-season when European leagues hold pre-season friendly matches. On the 15th, Wolves played Como behind closed doors in Marbella, Spain. During the match, Couto heard Wolves players repeatedly call Huang Chenny, likely a nickname used among teammates. Couto then told his Como teammates, "Ignore him, he thinks he's Jackie Chan." This prompted an angry reaction from Wolves players, with Daniel Podence even throwing a punch at the Como player, earning him a red card. At one point, Wolves players asked Huang if they should collectively walk off the pitch in protest. Huang said he could continue playing and do what they needed to on the field. The match finished normally, but the aftermath saw football authorities investigate. Wolves initially complained to UEFA, but they stated this was not a UEFA competition, so they couldn't handle it. The Korean FA also expressed concern, and the case was eventually elevated to FIFA. FIFA's harsh punishment shows they take racial discrimination seriously, vowing to keep the beautiful game clean, regardless of skin color. Wolves Director of Football Operations and Administration, Matt Wild, welcomed the ruling. The suspension issued to the player sends a clear message that racism and discriminatory behavior will not be tolerated in football or society. Wolves will always stand firmly against racism and discrimination in any form, and we remain fully committed to creating an environment where everyone feels respected and included. This echoes the woke rhetoric prevalent in recent years, with a heavy dose of sloganeering. Como's team manager Cesc Fabregas and director Miwan Suwaso tried to clarify that Couto was only talking to his teammates and did not mean to insult Huang Hichan. But his defense fell on deaf ears, like a small stone thrown into the vast ocean without a sound. To summarize the incident, during the match, Couto repeatedly heard Wolves players call Huang Chenny, his nickname. Couto then told his teammates, "Ignore him, he thinks he's Jackie Chan." Wolves considered this racial discrimination and complained to FIFA. FIFA ruled that Couto had racially discriminated. For now, there are no more public details to judge whether the ruling is reasonable or not. We can deduce that these are essentially all the details available. That one line, "He thinks he's Jackie Chan," was considered racial discrimination. You read that right. That's the basis of the ruling. The logical leap is so huge that one has to ponder it repeatedly before believing the angry reaction from Wolves players and the harsh punishment from FIFA were because in their eyes, this amounted to racial discrimination. Only Hong Kongers would associate Jackie Chan with insults, as Jackie Chan is still seen as having zero haters in the eyes of some Westerners. What Hong Kongers dislike about Chan has nothing to do with race, but rather his womanizing ways and cozy ties to the elite. For he thinks his Jackie Chan to be viewed as a racial insult. The reasoning likely is: 1. Jackie Chan is an outstanding figure of a certain race. 2. Huang thinks he's Jackie Chan when in fact he is not. 3. Huang is not an outstanding figure of the race he belongs to. 4. Conclusion. Therefore, as someone of the same race as Chan, Huang deserves to be insulted. After writing the above, I also feel ashamed. If such reasoning stands, then any statement like "Trump is trash among white people," "Cristiano Ronaldo is the most wasteful shooter on the Portuguese national team," "Taylor Swift is mediocre in the Western music industry," would constitute racial discrimination. So what is racial discrimination? In today's Western world, racial issues are often immediately associated with a certain narrative regardless of context. This way of arguing, which picks out one single point while ignoring historical, logical, and factual texts, has reached a point lacking common sense and being anti-intellectual. Football does not tolerate racial discrimination. Say no to racism. No one would disagree. But in football and any sport, not encouraging fragility is part of the sportsmanship. Based on the weak reasoning of Jackie Chan led to discrimination, at most Kuto's words could be considered harassment. Trash talk is common on the field, from youth street games to World Cup finals. If you can't tolerate trash talk, you can't be a player. While FIFA cracked down sternly to reject racial discrimination this time, should they also worry about raising another flag that young players must complain upon hearing trash talk instead of finding ways to overcome adverse situations? The case shows Huang ignored the opposing players' words, which is the standard response. Those intending to eliminate racial discrimination preach day and night about shaping a certain society, but have they considered the risk of going overboard and eliminating sportsmanship? Will this make the next generation with fragile mentalities? Since Kuto has to undergo racial justice re-education, I suggest explaining to him. Please have an international perspective. Jackie Chan is not someone you can casually joke about. In the Hong Kong context, if you tell someone they are not similar to Jackie Chan to demoralize them, they may even take pride in not making the mistakes all men make, and laugh it off instead. Please comment if you have any ideas. You may also like, subscribe or share this video. Your action can spread the message. See you on the next video.